All right.
They're way up there.
All right. So are they sour cream and cheddar cheese bugles though?
No, Lay's.
Still okay. Just Lay's. All right. Ruffles are better. I like the ridges.
Elizabeth agrees with you. She doesn't eat these because they're not Ruffles.
I have called the Ruffles, the cheddar and sour cream Ruffles, are communion wafers in the Church of Mike.
Hey, Biz, I brought home my cheddar cheese and sour cream, your favorite. She says, are they Ruffles? I'm like, oh, man. No. So I get the whole bag.
They are generic ridged potato chips from Sara Lee.
That's it. When does this thing start anyway?
I don't know. A couple seconds ago. It's heartbreak in the Weber house as Dad brought home the wrong chips.
No, I didn't.
But it's a big win for Dad.
The chips for Dad.
We'll be back with more of NPR's Chip Talk after our kick-ass opening sequence. Be sure to stay with us. Evening, everybody. It's Tuesday night. It's a little after 9 o'clock. Thank you for staying with us through the Blues Brothers Marathon. It's time for What's on Joe Mind, a fan cast about the world of G.I. Joe. I'm your host, Mike Irizarry. How's everybody doing?
I mean, it depends on if the Blues Brothers Marathon was just Blues Brothers over and over again, or if they played other stuff.
I don't
think
Blues
Brothers 2000 is rough.
Yeah, I don't think anybody necessarily wants to remember that one.
No.
Although great soundtrack.
Nassau has gone funky.
Great soundtrack.
It would be a great concert film, except they try and tell a story in between the music.
Right, which is no good. Anyways, it's been a busy day here at the What's on Joe Mind compound. I was at work all day, and then we had Tuesday afternoon drops made apparent to me by our good friends at the Surveillance Port. So we've loaded up the rumor mill with some fresh grist. It's always a good show when we got fresh grist.
I was catching up on some light reading.
Holy, you don't do light reading.
No, he really does. He'll just camp out with that for a solid couple of weeks.
How many hammers you got hidden away in there, Dufresne? Come on.
How else is he going to know the definitive history of Paste Pot Pete?
Right? Or Death's Head, who everyone loves.
Yeah, there's two of those.
Too many.
Don't say that around the Transformers fans, man.
But anyways, we're here and we're live, and Mark is finishing dinner, and I'm recovering from being beaten about the face and head all day.
Man.
So yeah, it's good times. It's good times. Here in the top row, he's the former head of marketing for the G.I. Joe brand at Hasbro. It's the Hot Show, Mark Weber.
I just want to see how Mike holds up after working it all day long, right? Because he's been a vampire for a couple months. So
over a year and a half almost.
Work all day and a drink of rum.
If only there hasn't been time. Like I got up a few minutes ago when I let Phil into the StreamYard room here. And I realized I hadn't been up to use the restroom in like 6 hours. So there were some things that needed to be attended to.
Didn't we give Phil a new nickname on the teaser?
I mean, yeah, but we'll get there.
Dollar Phil?
Yes, so we got him last.
Dollar Phil.
Dollar Phil.
In the bottom row, he is a shiftless layabout. He has dedicated himself to the memorization of the history of the Marvel Universe, but only the good parts. So screw off 90s mutant stuff. It's rack time, Rob.
Hello. I have a few more weeks of freedom.
Right? Would you say you lay about more shiftlessly in the summer? I think so.
Absolutely. That's what the summer is made for.
Yeah, but
laying about.
But during the school year, you're more exhausted, hence more need for shiftlessly laying.
Well,
Yeah.
during the school year, he lays about shift fully.
Oh, I like that.
The few times I lay about during the school year, I've earned it.
That's fair.
And here, correcting everyone's grammar,
Mhm.
he is the co-host over at Articulated Points, who we will salute later on in the show. But in the meantime, he is big money, Phil Donnelly.
Yeah.
Round of applause.
Tough crowd.
Welcome to the monetization program.
Yeah.
You too will
Close.
You too will get 40-cent monthly deposits from the Google Corporation before too long.
You have to split it, set up a trust. So
Phil,
it-
they
you know.
mistakenly sent us your first month's take.
Oh, there we go.
I'll be right over to claim it.
Yeah.
That's like 20 cents. There's no way he's getting that in the first month. Nobody watches ads. Come on. So, Phil, it's been probably a record 3 months since you've been on the show. 2 months? I don't know. Been a while.
It's been a little while, yeah.
What you got going on?
Oh, just, planning for next week and equal amounts of anticipation and dread.
Right. We wanted to get you in this week because we figured next week would be too close to your actual prep time.
Yeah. Well,
And we did have a long string for the previous couple of months leading up to Joe Fest of folks that actually leave the West Coast once in a while. We had exciting things.
That's the first time the term prep time has ever been used with this show.
Right? Or if ever been used after a Sunday night anyway.
Fair.
But yeah, I'm sleepy.
40-minute show tonight.
I forgot I forgot entirely what I was going to go to next. So, what do you say instead? We just forget all that. We get into community calendar. There we go. Remember, if you have anything for community calendar, be sure to send it to us right here. What's on Joe Mind at gmail.com. That's the best way. Really, it's the best way to send us anything. Social media can be a little tricky. Instant message things aren't always the best when you have business style accounts. So just make sure if you send it to the Gmail address, rest assured we're going to see it. Maybe it'll go to a spam folder. I don't know. It's happened before. But I'm more diligent about that than I am trying to fish things out of, say, Facebook Messenger, which is just a morass for one of these types of accounts. It's an absolute waste of time. Great for personal use, terrible for business use. Rob wouldn't know. He doesn't have anything. Rob's
off the grid.
Rob barely has an email address.
He's off the grid.
Had to twist his arm for that one. He probably needed it for college.
Yeah. And it's something at sbcglobal.net. So it's cutting edge.
I think he's got a GeoCities.
Even better.
Geocities.
Right.
Tomato, Netscape Navigator.
David Allen asks, Mike and Rob, where do you lay your heads in Indiana? Just north of Indianapolis. We are not difficult to find. We're at 12 o'clock high on the 465 dial.
They usually lay their heads next to the torsos they find in that ditch in the woods nobody tells you about.
Yeah. By the target.
We have a large pack of hunting dogs, which helps us.
Yeah.
Anyways, first up. Coming up next weekend, it's the Kentuckiana G.I. Joe Toy Expo. Happening in Shepherdsville, Kentucky at the Paraquet Springs Conference Center. A lovely piece of land. That is happening on July 20th from 10 to 4. Parking is free. $8 gets you in the door. $15 gets you in an hour early. There is also a $30 Friday night Colonel's preview.
Say, sir, I do not believe you have your ticket for the Colonel's preview.
But anyways, $30 will get you in for preview night. That is 5 to 8 Friday night, the 19th. It is also an early bird admission for Saturday. Kids 12 and under are free because it's Kentucky and they got a bunch of them down there. But remember, slide on in to kyjoe.com, to kygijoe.com. Get all the details. Not a big guest type show, but man, I was at this one in January, and good Lord, if you were looking for it and you couldn't find it there, then you weren't trying very hard because they packed an awful lot in that medium-sized building.
No need to get slick about it now.
Right. More bread, please. Welcome to the show. It says, don't start. That's the first comment I can remember this guy making, and it's don't start. Come on now.
Theoretically, if you paid your $8 and then you were like, oh man, I left my phone in the car. Go back to the car. Come back in. They go, where's your ticket? You're like, oh man. Go back to the car, get the ticket, come back. Then you go to buy something. You're like, oh man, left my wallet in the car. Go back to the car and come back. That's all legal, right? So you can go in and out and in and out and in and out as much as necessary.
I do believe they grant re-entry privileges. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they give you the little bracelet thing.
Okay. Just checking.
David Allen asking, Mike and Rob, will you be going to Kentuckiana this week? Maybe. We're not set in stone. I have to have a certain procedure done on Friday. So we'll see how we come out of that Friday afternoon before we make that decision Saturday morning.
I thought you were just adapting to being a day walker again.
Look, that is not going as quickly as I would like either.
No.
But there are medical things happening on Friday, so we'll see. Nothing serious, just normal. I'm getting old stuff. So
750 cc injection of beer.
If we're lucky,
Gravy.
if we're lucky. Benjamin Kitt says, I've heard this is a great show to help you fill your gaps.
Fair enough.
Got any holes in your collection?
There's ladies' presents.
This will cover those up, and that way you just kind of get that gliding action.
Gentlemen, there are ladies present, and they're being just as dirty as we are.
Right? Usually they have some of the better lines.
I give you Diana Davis.
We drove by the Colonel's. What was it? The original restaurant on the way down.
I believe we drove past an exit that would have taken us to that state road.
I drove past that exit too on the way to the 2018 Chattanooga convention, and it saddened me I didn't have time to make the stop.
Well, yeah, because it's not on the highway, which is the real reason why that restaurant closed in the first place. So
right.
You know, that's at the end of that road. There is not original Kentucky Fried Chicken. There's a stabbing cabin, and that's all there is to it, baby. So be careful.
But there's a hand-painted sign that says chicken and an arrow into a basement. How can it lie?
Look, the colonel got into some shenanigans over that first restaurant. So don't think we're not taking you seriously on that one.
How dare you, sir?
Look, he may have killed a guy over chicken.
Perhaps.
Yeah, but that was when he was running the gas station.
He tried to make off with one of my 11 herbs and spices. What would you have done?
I mean, you can't sell chicken with 10 herbs.
No.
That's garbage.
Man's got to defend his property.
You lose that 11th herb, and it's all off. So, no, I get it.
Chicken.
The official KFC Twitter account followed 11 people. The
Right.
5 Spice Girls and 6 guys named Herb.
Right.
So,
The first guy to figure that out got a hand-painted portrait of himself with the Colonel.
With getting a piggyback ride from the Colonel. I do believe so.
Social media got weird for a while there.
Got weird.
You remember when it was
weird?
You remember the early days when it was just fun?
Instead of depressing.
Oh, how I long for the days when people just post pictures of their lunch.
Make social media great again.
I'm tired of having to look for cat videos. I just want them presented to me without question, like it used to be. Now I have to actually go look for them.
I'm getting tired of the Facebook. fake accounts from Africa with like they just throw together 50 letters in a row for a last name, and they're like Yankee Star in head-on crash. Details inside.
Dustin Jeffrey is starting the brawl tonight by proclaiming Popeyes better than KFC. For what it's worth, I agree.
Yeah.
Yep. Team Popeyes, you bet.
Absolutely.
But without the
their
spinach, you
mascot's
can't
nowhere
take on
near
the
as
Colonel.
much fun to make fun of.
Right, but Popeyes is a New Orleans thing, so we can't really do that with the Kentuckiana Joe show.
Mm-mm.
Where does Church's chicken fit into all this?
Down low.
Yeah, I dare I say ahead of regular, but below extra crispy, and below Bojangles, because Bojangles chicken and biscuits has fantastic biscuits. Who knew? I got biscuits in the title.
Plus, they got WWE tag team cups right now. Go get your Heart Foundation.
That they do. You too can finally have a Brothers of Destruction 48-ounce plastic cup. Only 20 years after they stopped wrestling together. I don't know.
Plus, you get both Hall and Nash there at the same time. It's better than Nitro.
One of them was always calling off, wasn't it?
Pretty much.
Anyways, for me, KFC, man, regular recipe KFC. We might as well just cut out the middleman. Just take the chicken, throw it directly into the toilet.
Strong words.
Look, I got a pretty cast iron gut down here, but for whatever reason, KFC regular style shoots right through it.
So KFC is sponsoring Tokyo Drift?
Yeah.
Okay.
Heavy product placement in Tokyo Drift.
I mean, Tokyo Drift, it really only implies that there's like something virally wrong or bacterially wrong. This is just kind of normal circumstance.
I thought anything that was the third trip was classified as the Tokyo Drift.
I mean, due to sickness, yes.
Oh, sickness. Okay.
Right. Like I don't feel bad after eating KFC regular. I just need to make sure that I'm close to a restaurant.
Yeah. In case you need to spatter some batter. I get it.
Right.
Oh, look at Rob. Sorry, Rob. You eating?
In case we got to leave some soul in the bowl. Anyways, next up.
Canes? What about Canes?
What about Canes?
Yeah, what about them?
They opened
One-trick
near us.
pony.
I tried one. I tried it once. Nothing special. That's all I got to say.
No, it's not.
No, it's fine. If you're in the mood for what it is, it's fine, but I don't go out of my way.
Kenny
You like having
Rogers.
the choice.
Kenny Rogers.
Jason Reed says first job was at a Kenny Rogers chicken place. Are there any of those left? Only in Asia.
That's so weird.
It is, but man, they're gangbusters over there.
And in the dreams of one Cosmo Kramer.
Right.
They knew when to hold them over there.
Yeah, right. Forever.
They
apparently.
did. They did not fold them.
Or they didn't know when to fold them. I mean,
Again, it's a wonderful business venture out that way. So you can't say that they missed their opportunity. But yeah. So again, get there. If you're anywhere close to Shepherdsville Springs, it's just outside of Louisville. Be there at the Kentuckiana G.I. Joe Toy Expo this Saturday. And Phil Donnelly might be there. I mean, all things being equal, you're probably more likely to be there than you are in, say, St. Petersburg, Russia, or Neptune.
Odds are, yeah.
Or in a season 3 episode of Deep Space Nine.
Depends on if I have access to Adobe Premiere beforehand.
No, none of those things. And remember, I did go out tomcatting on another podcast recently. Remember, check out the Who Would Win podcast, hosted by our friends James Gavsey and Ray Stacanis. I am there to judge a battle between Goliath from Gargoyles and The Witcher. You can listen wherever you get your podcasts. It is audio only because they don't pay for this.
Right. Nobody can afford that.
Diana Davis asks, who won? I would say go listen to the show.
The listeners.
The listener. Everyone who listens is a winner.
I don't have any advanced knowledge here, but one of them, I don't know these properties that well either, but one of them's a monster, right? And one of them's a guy specifically trained and raised to kill monsters, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Saying. It's like that Magneto Colossus. Who would win?
But I knew very little about these two. I mean, you're talking. I don't know anything about The Witcher at all, and I haven't. I was an occasional viewer of Gargoyles back in the day, and I haven't bothered to catch up with it since. So I was pretty. This is a lot different than my first appearance. First appearance on the show, I did a fight between Marvel's Captain Marvel and DC's Wonder Woman. And I know a lot about those characters. I read a lot of comic books, but these two, I had nothing. So it was certainly a different experience for me this time around. But go check out who would win. It's everything your little dork heart desires. Diana Davis asked, is it Henry Cavill Witcher or Liam Hemsworth? It's Witcher. It's the character. It's not the actors.
It's Geralt.
If I would take Goliath against both of those actors,
right?
Because while they are big muscle bound fellas, he's a gargoyle.
They are but men,
right?
But men.
They are Devo.
We're not here to judge. Stop judging, Mark.
Just saying.
I mean, you were there to judge.
But that was the job. That was the gig. That was the gig. And also, hey, I did one of these too. It showed up over at Agent Chuckles. They finally got around to Beachhead, so they knew who to give a call. So I got to meet Steve, the writing dad, and got to hang out in Agent Chuckles' pen for about an hour. And I'm much less well behaved there than I am here. So be sure to head over, check. Anytime I don't have to hit buttons, I get to cut loose a little bit. So this was a lot of fun to do there too. Anyways, I'm there to teach the unwashed masses about which version of Beachhead is the best. Check that out here on YouTube at Agent Chuckles. And
I mean, it's clearly the 2003 G.I. Joe versus Cobra release.
No. See, Patrick Stralco, he checked it out. He says, great episode.
Oh, yeah. Well, name 3 Beachheads.
What now?
It's Beachhead, and Beachhead.
Well, there's blue eyes, and then there's brown eyes, right? That's him. Oh, he's besmirched the Beachhead. He's gone.
He's going all concept joke on us. We can't have that sort of thing. He needs to get grounded. Needs some religion, or no?
Some religion.
The longer you leave him banned, the more likely he ends up at Disneyland.
He's there now. Are you kidding me?
Right. That'd really be something if you just brought your Zartan and your bookshelf and set it up next to It's a Small World, right? So you could just log off and hop on.
You have a very forgiving view of Disneyland security.
Yeah.
It's been he's got children with him when he's gone the last few times, Phil. They don't rough him over the way they rough over you adults without children.
That's right. Disney adults are a different breed.
Totally.
And everybody's annoyed of them.
with their popcorn filled AT-ATs on a shoulder sling. Come on now.
You think we actually have them put the popcorn in the AT-AT? That'll get the butter and grease everywhere.
Oh, that's right. Without
keep that in the cardboard bucket.
And without kids, you can order a popcorn AT-AT, hold the popcorn.
You literally can.
Oh.
But they do fill it full of Mr. Pibb.
I feel like I should kick Phil off for that, but it's not his fault. He's just reporting the truth.
Mm-hmm.
For better or worse.
Don't ban the messenger.
Right. Anyways. And then of course we've still got our Joe Fest leftovers. That's right. We've still got a scant few pieces of swag left over from our booth at Joe Fest. You can see here we've still got a few left of the Patch Czar. Staff Sergeant C-Nug's flag patch. I think we've got 7 of them. That is 16 is not correct. I forgot to update it.
That was last week.
Because I'm tired. They are $15 a piece plus shipping. If you're in the U.S., that is in the continental U.S. rather, it's been about $2. So figure on $2 for shipping in the U.S. All proceeds from the patch benefit Canines for Warriors. So come on now, let's get these sold out. Let's get them done. Let's get that money sent off to Canines for Warriors.
Aren't postal rates going up next week?
Maybe
this week, Monday. It already went up.
Okay. These don't weigh a whole lot. So like it's a padded envelope with a 1 ounce patch in it. They don't charge a lot. But again, we'll get you taken care of. So if you are international, we will ship to you, but you are going to pay shipping. So just keep that in mind.
Plus import fees. Yeah.
All right. There's a few folks who have stuff on order, but haven't sent the money yet. It doesn't work like that. You need to pay us before I send them out to you.
No CODs.
But most of the first wave of orders has gone out already. So you should see them before the end of the week. So if you've ordered something and you've paid, expect it before Friday.
No checks, money orders.
I mean, hey, certified checks would be fantastic, but
with a bunch of zeros.
We'll take all kinds of. We'll take over. We'll certainly take more.
Untraceable, non-sequential dollar bills in the mail.
Would you like to round up to help struggling podcast hosts?
Surveillance report says he paid. Damn it, it's not his fault. We don't accept pennies and Canadian food stamps. Look, we took the pennies.
The pennies are legal tender.
Pennies are fine.
I'm not accepting any kind of money called a loony or a toonie. Get that out of here.
Dennis Fleming says the cake is always free. I mean, really, if you want to think of it that way, these patches are free. You're making a donation to Canines for Warriors, and we're sending you a patch as a result of it. We are not making one cent off of the patches or off of the in-action figures. So you know, you are donating to a very worthy cause, so more so than buying a patch from some dumb podcasting guys.
That's fair.
Think of it that way. Along those same lines, we still got a few left on the in-action figures. All proceeds on these go to the Roma Collectibles Cancer Fund. $10 a piece. We got 7 left on Blazing Beach Party. We got 5 left on. Actually, I got that in reverse. We got 7 left on Mad Marauder Barbecue and 5 left on Blazing Beach Party. And just 1 solitary Mango Habanero remains. So if you're looking for the complete set, you better get your order in really quick. Honey Mustard Force is sold out, so the variants are gone. But again, $10 a piece on any of the in-action figures. They do come with the little plastic gun that you see there, plus another fun accessory. And they are enclosed in their little dipping sauce cup. There too, at every single dime, you're paying for shipping, and then you're paying your $10 to get to the Roma Collectibles Cancer Fund. Not making a cent on these. This is just another charity donation.
So you're verifying that the Marauder Barbecue is the weakest seller so far?
It is. We may have a couple to send to you, Mark, just to
yeah, right.
You just can't escape it.
Just so you don't feel left out of the stock on that one.
It's so weird how art imitates life, but okay.
Send your order to whatsonjoemind@gmail.com. First received is first served. Do not send us money until your order is confirmed. Emails only. Again, you can send them through social media and things like that. I'm not hunting all those down, and I can't timestamp them because first come, first served, right? Those requests will not be honored. So emails only. You have to send an email with what you want to whatsonjoemind@gmail.com, and then I will get back to you and confirm your order, and then I'll give you a total, and we'll take care of money changing hands that way. one-man operation, so bear with me. I'm probably, if you send me an email on Thursday, I am probably not getting it in the mail until like Sunday night going into Monday morning. So patience. But what's on Joe Mind at gmail.com. Get your sweet ass What's on Joe Mind? Joe Fest swag.
I see you
today. We are running low. Quantities are limited, but let's get this done. All proceeds going to Canines for Warriors and the Roma Collectibles Cancer Fund. Order yours today.
Remember, it's a one-man operation, but on Friday it'll be one-man operation.
Mm.
Do I have to kick you out again? What are you even saying? Are you drunk?
It's a simple question. Say yes and we'll move on.
You can neither confirm nor deny such allegations.
Hey!
Yeah, JoeFan84, you might want to check your email then, because that message was sent back to you a while ago.
Snap.
That's not a snap. That's just statement of fact. There are currently no orders that have not been responded to. Dustin Jeffrey says, if only you had a shiftless layabout to assist. Yeah.
If only.
Yeah.
Where would he find such a shiftless layabout?
Right. I can't ask Rob to get into my computer and all that stuff. So I'm sure, like, if I needed him to make a run to the post office, he'd be happy to do it. It's easier for me to just do that on my own. Oh, 3D Joe's in the house endorsing CBD. Okay. I'm not sure what that has to do with anything. I guess I need to stay on top of the live chat, but Carson, what you do, you, man. We're not here to tell you how to relax. Jake Rose says, just remember to clear your browser history. My browser history is pretty clean. I'm not.
Oh, look, another eBay listing for a beachhead figure.
Right. My time online is pretty limited. It's show PR, and otherwise I'm not there very much. So. Oh, there we go. Carson says that I'm guessing Phil is chilling, if you know what I mean. That's a valid guess. I think Carson may be correct.
California, man.
Oh, dear.
California.
They know how to party.
I guess. Well, do you have any defense there, Phil?
I do not imbibe.
That.
All right, so Phil's got a truth problem.
But he does abide.
That's the dude.
The Phil abides.
Some guy made some lunatic statement on the Eternal Baseball page, and I just responded with, well, yeah, man, that's just like your opinion, man. And he went nuts on me. And I'm like, come on. How did you miss that?
Surveillance Port notes that Phil's high on power from his newly monetized channel.
Yeah, there you go.
And that's it for community calendar. Remember, we need you to send us shows. We got a few set up for August. They will start appearing next week rather. But it was a little too soon to get end of August, beginning of September shows on here. But be sure to, as with your Sergeant C-Nugs orders, send your shows to whatsonjoemind@gmail.com. That way we can get them on community calendar. If you've got a website link or a Facebook link to that show, even better. Because the less work I have to do for each entry, the more entries we get in the community calendar. So, yeah. That's your I can't even think of it. Joke's gone. Right. Momentum's gone. I got nothing. We got nothing in the tank tonight, gentlemen. I'm checking out. Rob, you're in charge.
Right.
All right.
Oh, man. That's only because I
Mark, what do you say we wrap this up in about 40 minutes?
Right? It's because I ran a 40-minute show last time.
That's right. Mark will never live it down.
Nope, I'm banned. Only from the host chair. Dad, can I drive? No.
Community calendar is brought to you by Roma Collectibles, the toy store. Be sure to visit them in Springfield, Ohio, out on Upper Valley Pike. They are closed Monday and Tuesday, but they are open for you Wednesday through Saturday, 12 to 7, Sunday, 12 to 5. It's a veritable wonderland of 80s and 90s toys. Be sure to stop in, say hey to Aaron, say hey to Mary Mercenary, say hey to Phil. Wait, Phil, you're not part of the staff. But don't make eye contact because they will grow incensed and charge you. And then you've got a whole other kind of encounter on your hands. You don't want any of that.
You can try and distract them with a laser pointer, but that doesn't always work. Sometimes that just makes them angrier.
Right. And you don't want to go blinding anybody by shooting them in the eye. So just best to come in and look towards the ground.
Yeah.
And only, just wait till you're very, very comfortable with them before you're making eye contact.
If either one of them say, "Are you threatening me?" It's time to go.
Right.
Time to go.
Just whatever it is, put it on the floor. Make your way to the door.
That's it. Track lighting will appear to lead you to the closest exit.
Do not turn your back on them when backing up.
Nope.
Slowly.
Alert flight attendants will be along to mark.
It's like the Shy Guys in Mario Brothers. You turn your back on them, suddenly they're right up against you.
Right. Just eyes down and moonwalk out the door. That's all.
It's like making a transaction at the soup Nazis.
Right.
I thought the as Rob goes into the characters that'll get us demonetized. I thought the Shy Guy was the dude with the little robe and the hockey mask.
Yeah, but they sneak up on you unless you turn around. They back up.
I thought those were the ghosts.
I mean, do they both do that?
I don't know. I don't know.
The booze.
It's time for the news. First news item.
Dude.
Oh shit, Mark, are you all right?
Did you do the national anthem at the home run derby last night?
You got to just get it all out. Look, man, not gonna BS y'all, but I'm drunk right now.
Right. That poor girl. She did say on her social media today that she was intoxicated last night at the time of the national anthem, and she has checked herself into rehab. So kudos to her for having the courage to admit such a thing, and good luck on her journey.
Or for listening to her manager's advice.
Either way. Look, however it gets done.
Right. But no points to the Texas Rangers or Major League Baseball for not having some sort of check or balance on that.
I mean, at some point, the responsibility for her to show up sober has to lie with her.
Oh yeah. I'm not absolving her, but just saying.
Not having the organist ready on standby.
Next year, Billy Joel's going to come up and they're going to say, "We just need you to breathe into this tube for a second, Mr. Joel." Yeah.
Anyways, did you do the? Yeah, you did do the Doots. So
He did
Loudly.
Hey!
Hey.
As we said at the top of the show, congratulations to our friend Big Money Phil Donnelly and his partner Patrick Stewart for passing 1,000 subscriptions here on the Articulated Points YouTube channel. I guess not here on the YouTube, but over there. We got them linked up in the description down below. So be sure when you're done here tonight, head over to Articulated Points and give them a subscribe if you haven't done it already. I have a feeling that everybody who's seeing this probably has, but if you haven't, you have no excuse.
I mean, you do have more likes than we do, so there's somebody.
There's a few. Lord knows. I have a feeling that those are the 450 odd that make up the difference. Those people are probably dead.
Oh, morbid.
I don't. There's just those people that subscribed a couple years ago. when Joe Colton was around, and now she's not around, so they stopped watching, and then they probably died.
Or Tim
2
Roberts.
out of 3 mortality rate. This is a dangerous podcast.
Just 1 out of 3. 1 out of 3. The 1,000 around.
Yes, right.
We're
right.
the
That's
wing of
survival rate.
podcast.
Most of you are safe.
Right. We're usually in that 700-800 views category, so better than half.
No robots, though. Bots don't like our show.
We're the final destination of YouTube channels.
What
The
Rube
ring.
Goldberg event awaits for your destiny.
Bart just went dark with it, but that's okay.
Bart's worried about Cot Guy.
A lot of people should be worried about that guy.
Right. I mean, we all worry about Cot Guy, although in different ways.
Mhm.
Most
very
of us
sad.
just worry that Cot Guy is around. That's how we worry about Cot Guy. But Surveillance Port says he's going to unsub and then click sub again just to chase that high.
You're towing my emotions, man.
So long as you wind up there on the end of the night, then I'm okay with it. It's funny, every time we get done with a show, I will head over to our channel page and refresh it, and it's always like 2 subscribers less than when we started.
We're chasing them off.
Right.
It's the music, man.
It's one of those. I just swear you people are fucking with me at that point. But
Always leave them wanting less.
That's
Right.
it.
I think you may have misheard that one.
Cheapest Big Spender says, would subscribe, but don't know if Phil is at Disneyland or actually at home. Does it really matter?
I'm here on the show.
Right.
Disneyland is home.
He's sharing
Right.
his experience with you. If they don't find his secret, closet hideaway in the Enchanted Castle, then that's his house.
There's so many cats
The
here.
phantom of the centerpiece.
Mm.
2-time All-Pro Steve Young says Mike is onto us. Yeah, I know.
We should ask Steve how he finished in that golf tournament.
You see, you're going too deep on that, Rob. You're telling jokes that no one's going to understand. Too deep.
Well, it's that celebrity pro-am.
Right, but who knows he's there? You and me, because we saw it on the Rich Eisen show.
Yeah, see, Mark knew.
Mark didn't know. Mark's
Did
lying.
he make the loop?
Mark's lying to make you
I
feel
know
better.
now. I know now. Mister,
Just
I'm
we
tired.
gotta
I worked.
ask the window.
I'm so tired. I worked all day, but I watched the Rich Eisen show.
That was last week.
Maybe it was.
Schrodinger's Phil.
Both at home and at Disneyland, but until I tilt the camera sideways and collapse into one possibility.
Cheapest Big Spender is, as long as Phil isn't that creepy guy at Disneyland. Well,
I make no promises.
Which
Depends.
one?
Depends on the mood.
Well.
I do go on rides with the camera out. I'm sometimes that annoying guy.
So, anyways, tell your partner Jean-Luc Picard that we congratulate him too, Phil, and to a lesser extent you.
Well, as long as your priorities are in order.
That's right.
Phil, I'll be completely honest with you. When I see somebody filming on a ride, I am hoping for that phone to fall. Yeah.
That's why I hold a handle. I don't actually hold the phone directly.
You've got it on a stick? Well, then
Yeah.
that's okay. That's not weird.
See, Patrick's here.
Yeah.
That's
right.
Mike says congratulations on us getting 1,000.
We congratulate you more than we congratulate Phil. Because that irritates him because he's here live. He's wearing our T-shirt on our show.
I'm
But
promoting
we're
the
gonna-
damn show, and I get no.
We're gonna suck up to you. That's how that works. We're buttholes.
That's Patrick Stewart from Articulated Points.
It is.
Yeah.
It's and Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Oh, I'm sure he's never heard that.
I know one of his biggest fans is 2-time All-Pro Steve Young over in the live chat.
What are the odds?
Here you go. We'll go to NFL trivia. What feared NFL defender ended Steve Young's career with a bruising blindside hit?
Bubba Smith.
No.
Little before Steve Young's time.
Yeah.
That would be Cardinals cornerback Aeneas Williams.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
No, that-
I was at that game.
Matt Rubin says, funnily enough, I'm wearing one of my many What's on Joe Mind shirts today as well. Matt Rubin, you've bought so many t-shirts. I'm surprised you have a choice. And we're not making fun on that.
He's the man.
Yeah. Patrick notes that this is just one of Disney's animatronics. The real Phil is at Disneyland. Yeah.
You see the comment from JLS?
There you go. What's on Joe Mind 316?
Oh, hell yeah.
Had I didn't think of this, or this didn't occur to me until earlier today when all the graphics were done, and there was absolutely no opportunity to change them around. Plus, how could I possibly get rid of Big Money Phil in clear conscience? I don't think, not well. Oh, it's a Weber child. Everybody take a shot.
There she goes. There she goes.
Careful now.
Now it's just me and the dog.
We wait for the dog to bark, or
No, I'm just saying it won't be long before the dog realizes that she's down to her 4th round draft pick now.
Right.
She'll go to the stairs and go.
And then she's into her bench human.
Yep. And I'll look at the cat, and the cat will look at me, and we'll just know. Yeah.
So, anyways, next news item. Hey, another reminder, our friends at Total Toy Books have the Battle Action Force early bird bundle deal going for just a limited time longer. Check this out at TotalToyBooks.com. These are reprints of the old Battle Action Force comics and strips from the 70s, from the 80s. The original UK strips, the Palitoy predecessor to G.I. Joe in the UK, all there for you. The 3-volume set will cost €147 and 98 little euros. I don't know what they call them. I got nothing. But that is just like getting 1 volume free. So be sure to check that out. That is going to be there for you just for a limited time longer. Not much longer now on this very good deal for the Battle Action Force 3-volume set.
It's the best deal you can find for 148 little sideways tridents.
Right.
Yeah.
It's you're going to make 147 tiny Aquamen happy.
Right.
Of 148.
The Appleverse is a real letdown.
That translates out to about $160. So
go get it
today.
TotalToyBooks.com. Next news item.
It's a remix.
Okay. Remix of what?
I'm not sure.
Sanity.
Oh. So anyways, the rumor mill got grinding today. You know, I love that Tuesday news, especially on days where I'm really busy at work. But thanks to Eric over at Surveillance Port making me aware of this one. But some dude on Reddit, the G.I. Joe Classified Series group, let some pictures leak in regards to the upcoming HasLab. And again, take all of this with a grain of salt. We cannot confirm any of it, but you know, the Dragonfly stuff leaked on Reddit as well. So maybe it's the same guy, maybe it's the same leak. Who can tell? But interesting stuff to talk about all the same. Pretty well confirms that it's a Rattler on the way. You can see some of the bombs and missiles and stickers on the sheet down below. I believe that is a 1940s pinup Baroness style sticker there.
Nose art.
Because we need more of those.
They only have 2 women in Cobra to choose from.
Right.
I can't see that going over well.
Can you imagine the Baroness walking out onto the tarmac and some Rattler pilot, even if it's Wild Weasel, has put her on the nose of it, saluting and leaning back all sexy? Come on.
Right. She'd shoot him in the face.
She would.
Shoot him right in the face.
Or she'd put it on her own rattler and sit up there real quiet and watch for the first guy to walk by and go, nice, plop.
I imagine it's the safer choice than Zorana because she would just use a crowbar.
That's fair.
Whatever. At least it would be painless.
Are we sure these are legit, or just they seem legit enough that it's probably likely?
Right. It's just one of those where it seems legit enough to at least talk about.
All right,
besides, it's the other part of it that's really the more interesting part of the leak. And looking forward, we've got some tiers that got released as well. And these would be stretch goals on a Rattler project. Tier 1 there, if you can't read, and Lord knows it's not the easiest thing to see. Cobra paratrooper with parachute. Tier 2 is a ground crew, and there are no details on what that entails. And then Tier 3, Strato Viper Raven, again from the same source on the G.I. Joe Classified series on Reddit.
Imagine if the ground crew is ketchup and mustard in 6-inch.
They would be Cobra prisoners at that point. So, but I'll pose it to you guys. What do you guys think? If this is a Rattler, are these worthwhile add-ons for you?
Well, presuming that the base comes with Wild Weasel, then we definitely need somebody to fill out the gunner's seat in the back. So I guess paratrooper is as good as any.
Right.
But is that just going to be or are we going to get something a little more, variety?
Good question.
We'll find out in about a week.
Right.
Yeah.
A paratrooper with a Rattler seems like kind of a stretch. Oh, dog invasion.
Ooh.
Because that's not really a jumping out of kind of plane unless something's gone terribly, terribly wrong.
I mean, they managed it work in Sunbow all the time.
But again, things had usually gone terribly, terribly wrong.
Well, let's face it, most of us are getting helicopters with 2 paratroopers.
Right.
And so no Koopa Troopers, which is weird.
I'm trying to think of that one special missions issue where we followed Ace on a mission and the Night Raven pilot on a mission, and we kind of saw the difference between their ground crews and how that made a difference in how the mission actually unfolded. And wondering if the ground crews are going to be based off the looks in that one comic, or if they're just kind of making it all out of whole cloth.
I have a feeling that it's like somebody, Viper Scout, pointed out. Ground crew is probably ramp rats, like we saw in the Sky Striker HasLab a couple years ago. That would be my guess, is that the ground crew looks something like that. But again, no images, so take all of this with a big ass hunk of salt. Any thoughts on the Raven character showing up at the end of the campaign like that?
Making her the female character from the 2nd season of Sunbow. Correct. I guess that leaves the door open for a male Strato Viper to make it into the main line that way.
Right.
With what?
Anything.
Yeah.
It's a deep cut, but it might be a little too deep. I don't know. I mean, are we ever getting a Strato Viper? Because we're never getting a Night Raven. So
maybe a Rise of Cobra Night Raven. Monkey's paw.
Maybe if they do a Fang.
Yeah, it's possible.
Right.
Or a Firebat.
So
we've got Firebat pilot.
Yeah, I mean,
they already did the Snow Serpent, right? So if we get a Fang, we'll just get a lame-ass, weird-legged Heliviper.
I'm still waiting for Viper pilot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep waiting.
I'm not holding my breath, mind you.
So again, just interesting food for thought. Again, I don't want to give this any more credence than what it's worth, but if this is not correct, then somebody went to great pains to put together something that is that looks like it could be correct to get people talking. But we'll know for certain in a week, or well, about a week and a half. What, the 25th is the day?
Thursday, yeah.
Phil, you're going to San Diego. What day is it? 25th?
Yeah, the Thursday of the
Okay.
con. Yeah.
All right. So first one out of the chute, huh?
Phil, make sure to get the Hodads for a milkshake. Oh, yeah.
Don't think I've
Surveillance
ever
board
actually heard of
says
that
someone
place.
make something up for attention on the internet. So, yeah. Anyways,
Wait a minute.
something
The
to think about.
surveillance port wasn't red.
Dun, 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 dun. But what would you want to see as part of a HasLab Rattler for tiers? Go ahead and leave it to us in the comments down below. We'll do our best to react to those as the days go on. Just remember, always leave comments. Not leaving a comment, not hitting like, not hitting subscribe. That makes you kind of a dick.
Sort of. That violates rule number 1.
Right? Which is don't be a dick.
Mm-hmm.
That's really the only rule. And even then, sometimes we're kind of lax on it.
It's sad that has to be a rule.
Next news item.
Do.
Is she crying at you yet, or is just
No, not yet. She's kind of digging the attention.
All
Doesn't
right.
come over to the desk very often, so.
But here's another one from the rumor mill. This is from Brian Blocks on Instagram.
Oh no!
But looks like Mega Construx GI Joes. As you can see there, they've got some builds put together that look a lot like Duke and Ace. You can even see Duke's submachine gun and his little rucksack there, and he's got his bandolier. And then Ace has his familiar spaceman look.
It's either Ace or Deep 5.
Right. But on the heels of so many failed attempts at GI Joe building toys, how do we feel about a potential Mega Construx line? Phil Donnelly, you probably got them all on your shelves back there. What do you think?
I got most of them. I mean, I'm not really thrilled with having to change the format of the figures. Say what you will about the Forever Clever ones, but they didn't look radically different from the Creons. I mean, quality-wise, they were night and day. But like the Mega Construx figures are a little bit larger, so it'd be kind of like having to start your building block collection all over again for a 4th time.
I mean, it's not much of a collection when you have to glue the vehicles together to keep them in one piece.
It is not, no.
Like I understand that they are to be taken apart and put back together again, and that's the fun, but they shouldn't just always come apart on their own like those Forever Clevers do. So yeah. If that was the only shame, I think, in GI Joe construction toys would be if that was the last time we got them, and that's the shot they went out on, because that was terrible.
I'm just sad we lost Creons, because that was a good line at the end there. Hasbro really found their stride, if not their market.
Right. Right. The Creon figures were pretty great. They really struck that chord in between, something that is not that functional like Lego guys and something that is realistic looking, in quotes, like regular Joes. They kind of hit that little cartoony note while still being nice and flexible and posable and fun. But yeah, the early Transformers offerings on Creons, I think, doomed Creons past the Creos, because those sets were kind of a mess.
Yeah.
But
with stickers that wouldn't stick.
Right.
Yeah.
That was a problem all the way through. Yeah. But the
their
Joe
homage to 90s Joes.
The Joe ones were a little better by that point, but I think the damage had already been done.
Especially the second year Joes. That was probably the best of the lines, I think. You got your Terrordrome and your Wolverine. And they were fun if you ever got around to actually building them.
Mark Weber, what do you think?
Woohoo! I'm an Ace fan. It's just a shame that his iconic look is the spaceman look.
Yeah.
Rather than what an actual pilot. Like some of the later Aces, he looked like an actual fighter pilot, right? So
I mean, in the vintage run, all of the later Aces.
yeah, that's true too.
Yeah.
But it's not for me, but it doesn't need to be for me, right? Like if it's good for the brand, it's good for the brand. So okay. Seems like G.I. Joe's getting licensed out to anybody with an open wallet right now. So you could do worse than Mega Construx.
Yeah, they've come a long way in recent years.
I will add, if Mattel's Master of the Universe line is any indication, they are willing to go for a deep cut too.
Right, and they've done a really good job on that. And they also do Halo.
Yes,
and that's really where they got themselves from being the cheapo discount brand up to being something that's a pretty good line of toys. Racktime Rob, what do you think?
I don't know what to make of these. They just look. I mean, I know these are prototypes, perhaps, but they look.
Right.
They just look goofy.
Joe Fan 84 has got the best point here, right? My son would collect these.
Right.
Yeah.
There ain't much G.I. Joe that is kid focused right now. So
yeah.
Right.
There's virtually nothing, but yeah. I'm
all for it. You want to get these characters in a cool looking, realistic, quote unquote, fighter jet. I'm all for it. Let's make some toys for kids. What a strange concept.
If there's one toy line that does seem to be really popular still, it's building blocks. I'm not sure how that happened somewhere along the way, but it happened.
Matt Rubin with Mark's dream situation. Mega Construx G.I. Joe could lead to a Joe and He-Man crossover. All the pieces would be compatible, right?
Joe Man.
Think of all the furry shorts you could put on the Joes.
Oh, and think of all the new animation, because you only have to make about 8 minutes of animation to fill out half an hour.
I saw an old Filmation cartoon on YouTube a couple nights ago, and I'm continually amazed at the design work and everything is so good, but yet they managed to look expensive and cheap at the same time.
Yeah.
When the designs are based on the toys, they're actually kind of decent. When the designs are based on original characters, they look like they're from a different TV show with big bubble eyes.
Right. But
I will add, though, it is kind of weird to see Mega Construx G.I. Joes when we were literally still getting Transformers from Lego. What is Hasbro's licensing strategy?
Transformers from Mattel. Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing to see here. No big
again,
deal.
If your wallet is deep enough, they will let you use a license. That's the new Hasbro business plan.
That's how things are done at a brand.
I mean, I guess it beats trying to be a movie studio.
Yes, it does.
Certainly got lower overhead. But if you want to check those out, again, it's at Brian_blocks on Instagram. And again, thanks to the surveillance board for making us aware of these a little earlier in the week. Next news item.
Do.
Hey, it's actual news.
No.
Not a rumor.
But the details on the G.I. Joe Hasbro panel at San Diego were made clear to us. They're getting it out of the way early. That is Thursday, July 25th, as we've already established, from 5 to 6 p.m. Eastern time. So you're really just getting in the doors, and Hasbro's throwing G.I. Joe at you. Phil, you going to make it in time?
Eastern time.
I'm sorry, Pacific time. But you gonna get there in time, Phil?
Oh yeah. That's actually Wednesday's the preview night, so that's the evening hours. This is actually the end of the first day. You have like 8 hours of the convention under your belt at that point.
Don't correct me. But anyways, as the says, that is in room 25 ABC. So I'm going to guess 3 rooms put together. I don't know. The G.I. Joe development team presents a live launch of the new classified series HasLab. This behind-the-scenes look will also feature new product news, including never-before-heard stories, digital character renders, in-hand figure prototypes, pre-order launches, and more. I note the lack of shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
That could be the more.
Right. All of you need to write in to the folks who organize San Diego and tell them we want a What's on Joe Mind panel, because we know shenanigans will be in no short order.
Mm-hmm.
So, Phil.
Yes, sir.
You're going to be there on Wednesday, because apparently Wednesday is the first day with the early and the things.
Yeah, Wednesday's just like 3 hours of the convention floor. So it really is just considered preview night. So
you will be set up long in advance that you are going to be live streaming this panel.
that actually is the hope, yes. Maybe not from Wednesday, but a little camping out. We're going to try and make sure we're in there. Good visuals. Hopefully the internet, is behaving, because you never know with a crowd that large.
Right. It's always an iffy thing in trying to get Wi-Fi in a building that size with that many people. But a big part of Phil getting past, or Phil and Patrick rather, getting past 1,000 subscribers is it means everybody can watch their live streams. Live streaming is limited when you are under 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah, it is how many likes you have plus 20. And that meant that last year when we live streamed, not everybody got to see it. I know poor Justin Bell couldn't get in and watch from our stream.
Should have gotten there early. The people that like you the best, Phil, they were in. That's
right. So, well, hopefully we'll be able to get everything set up and running, and hopefully I can show all the stuff I want to show, because, also sometimes they don't want you live streaming panels. Usually the Hasbro panel, they're cool with it. I've never had any issue with them before. So
is Patrick going to be there with you?
Sadly, he is not. No. He's like our East Coast representative. I'm the West Coast.
I guess. I don't know. We got to hang out with Patrick at Joe Fest, and you were gone. I have a feeling that it's possible that Patrick Stewart is just a mask that you put on.
Oh.
That's crazy talk. I don't.
As you are never seen in the same place at the same time. So, again, give us your own Patrick and Philip hypotheses and theories down in the comments below.
Sorry, I'm busy. I've got to look something up. Just talk amongst yourselves.
So, Phil, what are your other plans for San Diego? What else will you be attempting to live stream?
So there's also an Energon Universe panel, and that'll be on Friday, and then on Saturday there's going to be a Robert Kirkman Q&A panel. So hoping to be able to get
before you get that far. Now on Friday, what's the time on that Energon Universe panel?
Give me a moment.
Mark, I asked him yesterday, hey, make sure you have that ready, because I'm gonna ask you about that on the show.
But it probably got buried in all the work.
And it is at 4:30 p.m. in room 5AB.
I was the one with too much work, Mark, not him.
That's right.
That's why I asked him to do it.
The title is Transformers and G.I. Joe, the Energon Universe is here.
Chocolate and avocado, two tastes. Best left far, far apart. And then on Saturday, Phil, what's the one you're looking for there? What time is that one?
That is Skybound in conversation with Robert Kirkman in room 6A at 4:15 p.m.
All right. So they're keeping you busy all through those early afternoon hours.
That's right.
Not messing with dinner plans.
You know, we'll still have to wait for dinner because all of downtown is busy. So we had to make those reservations early.
Hodads.
I go to the Field and the Old Spaghetti Factory.
Fair enough. But Hodads and the Burger Lounge shall not be discounted. Walking distance from the Comic-Con. Just saying.
I'll have to look up Hodads because I've never actually been there.
Really good. Basically burgers and fries, but great milkshakes. You know when they give you a big ass milkshake and then they put the metal tin next to you with half a milkshake in it? That's a good place.
Well, Diana apparently has plans for us. So
All right, there you go. She's cooking dinner a lot of nights. Also going to Pali.
Pali.
I don't know what that is. You weird Californian people with your own language.
It's a funk fusion grill by Master Chef Salvador Pali. It has everything. Chicks, tricks, freaks.
the melting clocks are especially delicious.
Easy, Stefan. Easy.
Right?
Does it have Sydney Applebaum though?
Right?
The Jewish vampire, Sidney Applebaum.
Dan Cortez.
Right.
Yeah, Cortez.
You're at the whims of Cullen and Diana and their eccentric culinary tastes. So you'll go where you're dragged, Phil.
I'm so scared.
It's fine. They like beer and wine. So you're in good shape.
Mixed together?
Don't knock it till you tried it, man. Don't knock it till you tried it. But next news item.
Dog.
Hey, we got some Skybound news.
Woo!
In case you forgot, there's some comics coming out tomorrow. See here, G.I. Joe Real American Hero 308 is on tap. Of course, by the immortal Larry Hama. Pencils by Tony Cordos and Paul Pelletier. Colors by Francesco Segala. This one is rated Z for zombies.
Yeah, zombies.
Alternate cover by MTV's Dan Cortez.
You're just not going to let that go, are you?
I forgot about it. That was a funny line back in the day.
And inked by Sydney Applebaum.
But the continuing saga of Serpentor Khan and the zombified cyborg cobras invading the non-cyborg zombie cobras at Springfield. Diana notes that the zombies are bombs, so they are bombies. That's an important distinction.
Are you ready for band number 4? This comes out on July 17th. That's Disneyland's birthday. Okay.
Are they having a party? I'm sure they are.
I imagine so. There'll be a parade of some kind.
Marketing.
A parade at Disneyland?
Right.
Do you know which number birthday it is?
It would be 73.
Subtract 4.
Oh, nice.
84. Wait.
Nice.
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 Come help Mickey and Minnie celebrate Disneyland's 69th birthday.
Oh, yeah.
69
Wow.
dudes.
Wow.
We gonna get goofy.
Donald won't be the only one with no pants.
Oh.
Gorsh. Meanwhile, Pluto sits on the floor in his friggin' doghouse eating dog food out of a friggin' bowl. While Goofy
Weird.
goes to parties, drives to parties. Not fair.
Weird.
Not fair.
Goofy's a dog. Pluto's a dog.
My
That is
daughter
incorrect.
thought Goofy was a cow for some reason. I think because he dates Clarabelle, right?
Yeah, back
And
in the
I'm like,
early days, they used to hook him up with Clarabelle.
I thought
Yeah.
Clarabelle was with Horace.
Who's Horace?
Well, now, yeah.
Horace Horse Collar.
Yeah. Yeah. After those first couple appearances, they brought in Horace Horsecollar.
Either way, that's some forbidden love right there. Go
Yeah,
for
truly.
it, kids. You go for it.
Truly.
I mean, Goofy
Yeah.
does end up with a son.
Right? We can't be having a cow dating a dog. Let's give her a horse.
Also tomorrow, Destro 2 of 5 by Dan Waters, Andre Bresson, and Adriano Lucas. It's rated B for blazing. Look at all those bats on fire back there.
That's going to
Yeah.
void their warranty.
This looks like angry teenage Destro, kind of, right? Like, I can't believe they scheduled me for work on Saturday,
I'm not even supposed to be here.
right? I'll show them.
To give you some perspective, Jeff Butler has noted that Horace Horsecollar is the grand slam of the original Disney lineup. I would call him the short fuse, because remember, there was a couple issues where Grand Slam did stuff. Most of them involved getting shot.
That would be Goofy.
I guess maybe Grand Slam should have worn that bright orange target on his chest.
Look, man, it really didn't hurt Flash at all.
He wore the
Until-
black gloves too, which made him less visible than Flash.
Until Flash got, killed. But anyways, that's all been wiped clean now. That was
Not that
Devil
you're still
2.
bitter about that from
And it doesn't count
2003.
anymore. It doesn't count anymore. Doesn't count anymore. It's over.
Your long national nightmare.
It's Rock Time Rob, what do you think of the Destro book so far?
I like the first issue. I think somebody pointed out, I was watching a video, I can't remember what, they pointed out that other arms dealer, the civilian woman arms dealer, I forget the name, but she's like, isn't she, I think she's supposed to be from the Transformers cartoon?
I'd have to go read it again. It didn't ring a bell, but
I may have to go watch that video again.
Is she the girl who loves Power Glide?
Might
Yes.
have been.
Oh boy!
Andrew Galgan says that Bats on Fire is playing second stage at Coachella.
Right, and they rock. It's so good live.
When they toured, they opened for Vampire Weekend.
Man, those Crimson Twins are at risk of smoke inhalation.
Right? They're just hanging out. They're European. They'd save them from smoking cigarettes.
Right.
They just hang out.
And watching Captain Kangaroo.
Yeah, basically. Power Glide's girlfriend. See?
Astoria Waldorf.
Yeah, just Jeff getting it done there.
Bam.
That's the girl who loves Power Glide. There you go.
Somebody here worked on Transformers.
You don't want to take credit for that, Mark. Come on now.
No, I'm just saying. Once in a while, blind squirrel.
Let's let just Jeff take credit for that one.
Well, yeah, it's fine.
I'm all itchy.
And when Transformers look up, you know what they see? The bar that Combiner Wars set. Ooh. Too soon? No, not really. Not really at all.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, I am good.
Damn good.
Damn good.
And looking forward from Skybound on the 24th, you get Void Rivals number 11, where they will do some stuff we don't care about, and then there will probably be a cameo of a Transformer we do care about.
At the event, right now, the adventures of Springer and his little buddies.
Right. Like Springer or Jetfire or any number of folks that just don't have, not tied into the main run yet.
Is this where we're going to get the records?
Probably.
Next news item.
Roadbuster.
Hey.
Hey!
Oh.
It's the end of the news. G.I. Joe 3D Printing Podcast is proud to present Chunky Tank Kitty and his Meowler Tank and all the Chunky Tank Kitty news that's fit to print. We may have some Chunky Tank Kitty news for you in the next couple of weeks. I don't know if it's going to be you this summer, maybe something we save for the holidays. We'll figure it out.
Or maybe something that someone takes a blurry picture of and uploads to Reddit. Who knows?
It's entirely possible.
Yeah.
Now you've just given me an idea.
Right?
Now you're just giving me ideas.
That's why I'm the cream of the crop, baby.
The idea man.
Oh, I'm so very tired. But stay with us. We'll be back after a quick message from our wonderful friends at Kokomo Toys.
We buy, sell, and trade vintage and modern toys. G.I. Joe, Star Wars, Transformers, Marvel, DC, and more. Located in beautiful downtown Kokomo, Indiana, we are open every Wednesday through Saturday from 12 to 5. It's a theme park of nostalgia. Join the thousands of people who have traveled from all over the Midwest for over a decade to buy and sell with us. Get your geek on.
And so the last time I'm up in Kokomo, I says to Todd, hey, we've been running that ad of yours for like a year and a half. Do you have another one that we can slide in there instead? And the answer to that has always been no, because he keeps putting music in his ads that'll get us demonetized. Mm. So yeah, we've had some folks ask about, can we get a new Kokomo Toys ad? Not so much. No, I'd like to. We've addressed it with him, but
Todd is a big fan of Wham and just keeps putting it in his ads.
Right.
You can't just drop the audio from the mix and export a new version.
Not just Wham, but Wham.
He loves his 80s music, and he likes to put it in his Kokomo Toys ads. So,
I guess it's better than Flock of Seagulls or Escape Club.
Run the special this week. Buy 4 R5 D4s, get the 5th one free. Yeah.
Surveillance Port has accepted your challenge, Mark, to take a blurry picture of a Chunky Tank Kitty and put it on Reddit.
I like it.
Look for him under Viper Farce. And as far as the ad goes, if I may play devil's advocate, what if you removed the voiceover and just had obnoxious laser sword sounds over the whole presentation? Well,
I can provide that.
That's a thought. Phil, get to work on that. We'll see how it looks.
No. Josiah Alcorn is banned.
Kokomo Toys, add the horns. All right.
Can you play both?
We'll see.
We buy, sell, and trade vintage and modern toys. G.I. Joe, Star Wars, Transformers, Marvel, DC, and more. Located in beautiful downtown Kokomo, Indiana, we are open every Wednesday through Saturday from 12 to 5. It's a theme park of nostalgia. Join the thousands of people who have traveled from all over the Midwest for over a decade to buy and sell with us. Get your geek on.
Yep, apparently you can.
They've never sounded this good.
Josiah Alcorn is a genius. Well done, sir.
That was so much better than I expected. Oh, no.
All right, well, that's enough.
Was that on loop?
That is actually me turning on all the different lightsabers you can build with the different colors because they all have their own audio sounds.
That is Phil's a giant dork and has them all on standby. That's what that is.
Yeah, I'm on.
So, Phil, it's been a couple of months. What you been up to?
We just been plugging along on articulated points and visiting Disneyland more times than I care to admit.
Why don't you talk about a few of the episodes that you and Patrick have put together over at Articulated Points? in recent weeks?
Well, the last one we did was me building this guy on the live stream, which is the Flame Toys Ostriker that is actually scaled for their 5-inch figure, but with the simple modification of plucking the chair out, you can easily fit in an actual classified figure in there. Have him driving around. And at the same time, I put together the Forever Clever version of it, and I hated that. It was terrible because these bracing arms did not want to stay in place. I had to glue them. And even then, it's still kind of wobbly.
Is that why it took 2.5 hours, Phil? Is that why that stream went that long?
Yeah, this one should not have taken as long as it did, but like it kept falling apart. The hood part here, I added a little bracing arm in there because if you don't have it, it just
sounds bad.
So that right there, putting together one small Forever Clever toy is longer than most What's on Joe Mind episodes.
it does not stay on. And there's parts of it where there's just gaps in there for no reason, and it just makes the whole thing unstable. It was kind of driving me nuts.
Forever Clever, where quality is job 18.
Right.
What's annoying is like the Mean Dog and the Tomahawk, their biggest sets. You can buy them and not get complete minifigures in there. It's happened to both me and Patrick. We've compared notes.
So have you combined sets to get one full set of minifigs?
No. Patrick has. He has, but I still have to track down another one because it's like, oh, do I want to take the gamble and hope that the next set has the parts I actually need, or is it going to be missing the same parts? It's just terrible.
But yeah, I can see how people would be upset about that line coming to an end in favor of something stable and high quality like a Mega Construx.
Yeah.
I could see how that just totally, it's out of the question. At no chance.
And they made such a bevy of other products, high quality ones too, like a glider and a helicopter that were vaguely military themed.
Well, look, there's a long history of quality gliders with G.I. Joe. So
True.
It's just adding to the mythology. Beyond that, we had a nice video that Patrick put together with the help of Chris Murray on the Eco Warriors and its long history that we debuted on I believe Operation Armor was the streaming event a few weeks back, and we're going to be putting on an extended version of that in the coming weeks and into the future. Not this month probably, but hopefully next month, and we'll get even more in depth and just into the nitpicky bits of the history and just try and show everything we know about Eco Warriors. And hopefully that'll be up people's alleys because I know some people still hate Neon in G.I. Joe, but I love it.
Because you're young and dumb, Phil. Young and dumb.
I want 30 minutes on Eco Wars barbecue.
Can we make that happen? Patrick, you still in there?
I think you forgot who you asked that of. So I get we're kind of running early, and I'm liking it. Why don't you go ahead and show the people at home what you got in?
Fresh off my front porch. Hey.
And why don't you tell the kids at home what that's all about?
It is Night Force Shockwave with the RAM, which came as a Walmart exclusive. And if you were fortunate enough to get it from Walmart, they dropped the price on it just this week. So you could get it for like half off. And I took no chances. I actually pre-ordered another one at the sale price and then canceled my first pre-order. But apparently, if you didn't, you still got honored with that lower price. So sorry if you went through Pulse. This time it kind of bit you in the butt. But yeah. and I'm looking forward to using that Steel Brigade helmet to making a Night Force Steel Brigade of some manner. Steel Core, excuse me.
Yeah, be careful with that.
Mr. Weber.
Well, the walls have ears.
We got an official rep on the show.
I honestly don't know. Are these at Walmart, like on the shelf already, or no?
Probably not. My shipping notice was literally yesterday.
So why are they knocking them down to half price when they haven't even arrived at retail yet?
None of us know why, but we're not questioning it.
Because it's retail, Mark. Because they're not concerned about what needs to be on the shelf now. They're worried about
literally still considered a pre-order when I made my new one.
They're worried about what needs to be on the shelf 3 months.
I have been. They're having like a summer toy sale. I've been getting emails about that, so it might not be that they're clearance, but they are like doing some deep discounts on some toys,
like the Walmart Collector Con sort of thing, or is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Target's doing it too, but
screw Target,
right?
Bastards.
But Mark, they're Walmart exclusive, so they're never going to see a Walmart shelf.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
If they do, it'll be 3 deep buried in the clearance aisle in about 4 months.
Right. And what else you get, Phil?
I did get in my Jinx and Nagahide and Torch recently, but they are out of reach right now. But because I was showing off this guy, because I really did love this thing. And this actually came out like last year or something, but it's like half price off on Amazon right now and Big Bad Toy Store. So for 150, this I don't think was worth it. But for $75, which is cheaper than the Vamp, and let's be real reasonable, Hasbro kind of consider this a replacement for the Vamp when it originally came out in green. I think that's probably worth it. I mean, obviously, yes, it is not necessarily scaled for classified figures, but I think it's close enough to make it work, and like it still has the removable engine bits. So
How sturdy is it, Phil, compared to say the Vamp?
I have put a little bit of glue right here on these arms.
Okay.
That was it. That's the only thing that came off was the cover, but that's because I probably could have squeezed the back here a little bit more.
Okay, and I guess this is more a theoretical question, but how do they expect that big ass cannon to fire without a garden hose coming out of it down to the camera?
The same way the 80s one did.
Let's check it.
Clean
the power
living.
of imagination.
Right. All right, fair enough.
Clean living.
The wheels still do that. So they don't exactly have an independent suspension up front, but they still swivel, and I can appreciate that.
I like that you can turn the front wheels opposite directions just to see what happens at high speed.
It's like going from
I've had that happen
gear to
once.
reverse.
Nothing
And so, yeah, I'm okay with it at the price I got it at.
What else you get, Phil?
That's it for me. I've actually been saving up for Comic-Con. So,
Weirdo. Rack time, Rob. What'd you get in?
I got Jinx.
Hey.
And I have couple retro figures on the way, but I think you actually got yours first today.
I don't think that's what that is.
Oh.
But Mark Weber,
Yeah.
what'd you get in?
I'm behind the times, but we had the box of loot arrive or the pile of loot. But I'm not showing off everything. But because it's new to me, man, look at me. All right. Yeah.
There you go.
New webcam, by the way.
Is that autofocus?
Maybe. Who knows?
it's
So I
trying to
got-
auto white balance.
It really,
Right.
it really brings out your eyebrows.
It ain't hard to white balance on me, let me tell you. But so I got Quick Kick. He's new to me. He's only notable because I got Torch too. Is nobody talking about this?
There's a little bit of shrink there.
Yeah.
I mean, this has to be the new norm, right?
You'd think, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, less window, less real estate, less opportunity to show off accessories.
Right.
You have to wonder if that trickle down means less accessories moving forward. Keep an eye on it. Just saying.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Mark, with the bad news we got at the beginning of the year, as far as less inventory and less money for tooling and less, I'm sure it's right in line with that.
Yeah, fair enough. And who knows, right? I'm just saying.
You're probably right on the mark with that one, but it's just one of those where I think there's where Hasbro cutting corners is concerned. I think we've already gotten to a point as a consumer populace that we just kind of take the loss on that one. We're just used to it already. Now,
Torch was always my favorite Dreadnought, still is. And this figure looks fantastic. Every image of it I've seen looks fantastic. But this is the first time I've actually got it in my hands. And I got to say, it's fantastic. 99% fantastic. But the glasses are disappointing. Right?
How so?
Just they're molded on. And that's so... Oh.
It really upsets the dog.
She's really upset. She's really upset about those glasses.
Oh, my God. Someone who lives here came home. So... I don't mind that they're molded on. They don't have to be a separate piece, but they're so molded into the face. It's hard to actually believe he's wearing glasses, right? I don't know.
He's actually wearing those old man plastic visors.
That's what it looks like, yeah. A little too sunken.
After the problems that folks had with Ripper and Buzzer, the fact that you are not happy about Torch having molded on glasses does make that a bit of a reckless hot take.
I don't know. So here's the part where my son is coming home and he can't unlock the back door and the dog is whining at him. And here I am mid-podcast going, yeah, okay.
We're on the reckless hot take for about 2 minutes.
1 second. I'll be right there. And then I got in Eagle Force guy. Because look how legit, no spin here. Look how good that general outfit looks without a cut right through the middle of it, right?
All right.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to go rescue my son, and I'll be right back.
All right, we'll have a special guest star in the meantime.
Meow, 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 meow.
Hey, hallelujah! Update. My college-bound son figured out the door. We're very proud of him. Can we get a round of applause for him? Hey. Good job, buddy. Proud of you. He recognizes the sarcasm. Not sure he appreciates it.
You know what? He will later.
Yeah.
He's just not going to give you the satisfaction right now, but he'll get upstairs and be like, I made it onto Dad's podcast.
That's right, man. Dozens of people.
And
It's
dozens.
internet famous now.
Right now, like more than 5 dozen. So that's huge.
Yeah, big time.
Doing numbers.
What else you got, Mark?
That's it. That's good.
Right.
I got the Night Force guy at probably full price, but we've been there, done that.
Joe Fan 84 says whenever the socks video comes on, his cats go ape.
Do they go grape ape?
I mean, Dr. Saxo is the idol of millions. He's what drives this puppy. So
Make sure you get that G enunciated well.
Right? Somebody at one of the very first comments was, if this isn't a Grape Ape podcast, I'm going home. So I hope you stuck around. There it is. You're welcome, Dustin.
We don't even rate Hong Kong Fooey.
Oh, underrated. I liked Hong Kong Fooey. And El Kabong. Good stuff.
Oh, yeah. El Kabong is the king.
Yeah.
Well, it's of course time because I got a package about half an hour before the show started. It's time for that latest panel that's sweeping the nation.
creepy.
Grabby
What was
fingers.
that?
It's time for another live unboxing with our semi-rusty box knife.
Yeah, that's not safe at all.
Not in the least.
You
All
just
right,
cut the
revoke the
mic.
Whitland chip.
It's I just went and I cut the microphone foam.
That's not how you cut the mic.
You're gonna tell the guy with the knife that? Rob, just pre-dial 9-1 and wait 5
Right.
minutes.
He's
is
got
what-
it set.
This is how
He's
every
prepared.
designer at Hasbro felt when they saw a marketer with an X-Acto knife. They just came out of the woodwork. Some of them dropped down like SWAT troopers from Blues Brothers, and they're like, "What are you doing?
So any minute, Lenny's gonna come knocking on our door.
Right? How can we help you?"
He got cardboard.
What this
Cardboard
is,
netting.
as you can see from the cardboard netting, it's a pulse order.
Don't cut yourself on it. It's real sharp.
It's my allotment of night creepers.
Ooh, I
Nice.
haven't gotten those yet.
That's what came in the mail.
They creeped up on you.
I got a retro figure coming tomorrow, I think.
Check the box. Is there more of them in there?
No, just the two.
Oh, because the boxes looks a little skinny.
They do look a little. They're a little. They do look small. Like it used to be that two would really stuff one of those boxes, and now there's room for these guys to rattle all over the place in there. But
They are smaller boxes now, as Mark pointed out.
That's the point.
Do you think smaller boxes? You're talking about less real estate. You think it might get more real estate on a shelf?
No, I mean they're normally pegged, right? Aren't they normally hanging at retail?
that's how I've seen them most of the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
only the deluxes are on the shelf.
It's not going to get them a second stripe. That's for sure.
Maybe it fits in another line of core Transformers.
Doug Dello notes that it's the advantage of the YouTube live stream. We are all out of reach of Mike's knife blood circle, but you're all forced to watch helplessly as I bleed out in front of a live audience.
Right.
Those of you in the blue chairs may get wet.
It's the splash zone.
But that's just because Mike is sexy.
What,
Yeah.
what color chair is your chair, Rob?
But as
Well,
far as
everyone's
the
dark
beachhead count goes, that has not changed. It is still
What?
the same. What? We had a week that went by where I didn't buy any.
People must be driving hard bargains on eBay.
Well, they're trying to charge way too much on eBay, so I've just ignored it.
You got to figure it out, man.
You messed with the market, man. Your beach
Dude.
part has gone stagnant.
There's a
the,
line we don't cross.
The same sales are going for the last 3 or 4 weeks because nobody's buying them at that price. So it's not like I've got to worry about something different. But right now, eBay's just kind of out of control. I do not understand what people suddenly think they can get away with. Just
You gotta
jacking
short the
prices
beachhead
up
market.
30-40% for, and not just beachheads, right? This is on most every single figure.
Do you
Just
ever
suddenly
find-
charging 30 to 40% more for no particular reason.
Do you ever find like a buy it now $125 beachhead and send in an offer of like $3? Just let me make
No,
you
I
a counter
can't-
offer. How
I
about
can't say I've
$2?
gone that far on it. My favorites are the ones that charge close to, between $80 and $100 because it's got a full card.
Mm.
Like that full card doesn't mean a whole lot. There's a lot of full cards because again, they sold 1 million of these figures.
Yeah.
Literally 1 million of them.
I like
And
it when
not a
Okay.
million GI Joes.
Yeah.
1 million beachheads.
I like it when something's overpriced, like $150 for a beachhead, and then they go, "Oh, 10% off."
Right.
You're like, "What are you, Kohl's? Come on!"
It's the rare no thumb head from a core figure variant.
Right?
Right. The price on ones with busted waist pieces with busted crotches are more than I've paid for a complete one right now, and I don't know what's up with that. So we're just gonna wait it out.
I think your holy grail needs to be the mint on card busted crotch beachhead.
I mean,
Where
I
nobody
almost-
even played with him. He's just
I almost have that in Fun School. I do have one that's got a busted T-bar. So so the leg rattles around loose in the package.
I can get you another T-bar if you need it, man.
I'm not messing with it. It's
Peg leg beef.
I can just kind of shake it and get it back into place, so it's fine. Sometimes it's backwards, sometimes it's not. It's fine. It's all right.
Sometimes it's backwards.
That's the one with the Russian file card. Busted on card. See anything cool happening? And
Well, surveillance port apparently threw 9,000 sharks at his son while he was bathing.
Yeah.
I mean, it does every so often. I do have a week where I don't buy any. I mean, I also made the switch from working overnights into working daytime last week, so it was kind of difficult. We're still not 100% of the way there, guys. It's a little bit of an effort getting through the show tonight.
This is how he justifies saying he can quit anytime he wants, guys.
Oh, dude, I should start drinking. That's how bad today is.
I surprised
Shout outs.
I surprised my wife with a Shark 9000 at bath time today. It did not go well at all.
No.
The
next comment's actually the best one.
One day I'll surprise him with the crippling debt I've amassed buying him a collection.
There you go.
That's inheritable.
Although Toy Bounty Hunter got a nice lift ticket with his microphone for $50. So for the first time in 38 years, his Tomahawk is truly complete. Congratulations.
That's a good
You can
grab.
you can still find, occasionally the seller who's willing to be reasonable and has things at affordable prices, but you got to be patient, and I'm patient with the best of them.
And patient number 0.
David Allen asks, how many vintage carded beachheads will I mean, I don't have any, and that doesn't really bother me because vintage carded is not a draw for me, really. Eventually, those O-rings are all gonna rot out, even if they're on card. So at some point, it's gonna come off of there so I can fix it because it'll drive me crazy. It's not really something I'm worried about.
If you get it slabbed, can you vacuum it out so there's no air in there to rot the
Must be vacuum weightless beachhead.
Nice.
Drifting.
Yeah. Space beachhead.
They didn't make one of those big spacesuit guys for beachhead, did they?
For Star Brigade.
Yeah, Star Brigade. No rock. They had rock and roll. They had roadblock. They had Hawk. No beachhead.
Oh, the armor check ones. Right.
All you need is a small Phillips screwdriver, a beachhead figure, and a Robo Joe, and I will make you a space beachhead, baby.
Phillips head doesn't work on armor tech. The screws are in the thighs, not the back.
It does if you push hard enough. Har, har, har. And
Clearly,
if you push hard enough, come to KYGI Joe Show in Kentuckiana.
Bring it back around.
Yeah.
Tell them the honcho sent you.
That's right.
maybe Daryl will be there.
That's not far off. Yeah.
We can have substitute honcho.
I mean, he's the boss of the honcho. I don't know what's above honcho, but he's like senior honcho. Vice honcho.
Honchissimo.
Yeah, something like that. El honcho.
El Jefe.
El Jefe.
Let's roll into shout outs. Phil Donnelly, who we shouting out this week?
Shouting out Patrick Stewart, like always, my other half on the Articulated Points podcast, who did some heavy lifting this weekend to getting us into begging for our extra likes to get us up to that 1,000. And then also a shout out to those people who did take pity on us, like our page, and get us to 1,000 likes. So.
That's we're taking full credit, by the way. That's the What's on Joe Mind push.
And keep pushing, because the more people we like our page, the less people we have to worry about unliking our page before Comic-Con.
Right. They people tend not to unsubscribe. You have to do something to pretty actively piss them off for that to happen. So,
well, we said we liked Eco Warriors, so it's only a matter of time.
Yeah, but you gave them lots of minutia to chew on, so that's fine.
It's a balancing act.
There's lots of deluded 90s kids online these days.
But Eco Warriors have Finn back.
That they do. And
What
what
would
would
Finn
Finn back
do?
do? He'd love them.
Spit on them.
Is that all you got, Phil?
That's all I got.
I almost called you Patrick. Rack Time Rob, shout it out.
Okay. Well, hey, shout out to Phil and Patrick on their big win this week.
Hey!
Definitely two separate people who exist concurrently.
That's a lie.
If you like hearing about G.I. Joe cover art, I might recommend the Comic Tropes channel has a nice video on Mike Zeck this week. So check that out.
That is very good. We do love us some comic tropes.
Yep. And of course, to you, the studio audience.
Ooh.
They're tuning in every week.
And the letter A.
And the letter A.
Yes.
Phil, I can't tell what your subtitle says there.
Joe is my middle name.
Okay. Is it really?
It actually, literally, yes, Joseph is my middle name.
That's awesome.
All right. Mark Weber.
Let's keep it all in the family, right? I got caught up this weekend with Nola Weber, fine mother of the honcho, and my brother Mike, who looks like me on steroids with a big old push broom red mustache. He's a retired cop, so he's grandfathered in. He can keep that mustache as long as he wants. So all in the family. Shout outs to Nola and Mike Weber. Keeping it real.
But I mean, if he shaved it off, then there'd be no way to tell you guys apart in the tag team. So
right. One time we were eating dinner when the kids were young, and we had mandarin orange segments on the table, and I put two up and pinched them between my lip and my nose. With hey, who am I? Who am I? And they got it because my kids are sharp like that. You look like Uncle Mike. Yeah, I do. He's an easy cosplay.
Just got a piece of red masking tape.
Pretty much. Yep. Just give me a Hans and Franz sweatshirt, lifts at 4-inch lifts in my shoes, and two mandarin orange segments, and I'm off to the races.
Well, I mean, you're a pretty tall guy, Mark. So he's even taller than you.
Yeah, dude. Mike goes almost 6'4". He's a big dude. I joke and say I look like a piece of him that fell off.
You're just what was left over.
Pretty much, right? Yeah. That's why I got all the personality.
Right. Diana Davis asks, so we can call Phil PJ McHonky Donk? Yes, we can.
Ooh.
PJ McHonky Donk has a nice ring to it.
It's PJ Biff McHonky Donk.
Oh.
But PJ McHonky Donks is actually his theme of his chain restaurants. Available in 120 locations across the Middle America and the Rocky Mountain region.
You can
When it's your
normally find them
birthday,
next
come out
to
with a sparkling
Charlemagne
basket of
Erasmus
fry on it.
cheese.
Yes. Victorian era Chuck E. Cheese.
I did see some people in the comments mad that I didn't autograph their Valaverse orders this week. We had a lot of orders this week, and so it may not have been me that packed your stuff. And I'm just a man. I'm just one man.
You need to invest in a stamp with your signature on it. Just
It's a good idea. It's a good idea.
Surveillance Port says that really does sound like a brisket place.
Mm-hmm.
I would say probably more of a corned beef and cabbage kind of place, but yeah. Anyways, I will reiterate Rob's shout out to our studio audience. Thank you so much for joining us week after week. If you are catching us on recording, we love you too. Thank you so much for that. Regardless of how you're watching us here on the YouTube, be sure you do all that cool YouTube stuff. Hit the buttons that are lurking around the middle of that box down there. Like us, subscribe us, leave a comment down below, share us in all your various circles, take blurry photos of our footage and post them on Reddit. That's fine. We're good with all that stuff. If you want to say, hey, What's on Joe Mind revealed that Mark Weber was in fact the basis for the original General Hawk. Well, I mean, that's fine. We said that. It's not a lie at this point. I just said it. and they can argue about it here. And if it makes them come over and watch the show, then it's okay. Because
It's all about that engagement bait.
Because I'll forget that I said it and just act dumb the rest of the way, and it won't be an act. But yes. So and if you're catching us on Facebook, be sure to leave us some kind of a hookup up there. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a heart. Give us a little huggy guy. We do love little huggy guy.
Little huggy guy.
If you got a couple of bucks left over, be sure to hit up our coffee account. We got the link down below. We also have the link to the What's on Joe Mind swag shop at TeePublic. They are having one of their crazy sales again this week. It is 35% off on t-shirts and deep discounts on everything else. So if you like our designs, this is a good week to get them. I did not get a chance to design the new Get Me Too so I can have the whole ass t-shirt. I might have to just wait until August. Might have to wait until August sales.
I'm going to need 2 of those so I can have whole ass.
The whole ass. It's there we go. Surveillance Sport says, "What's on Joe Mind revealed that other channels got their fame from bottom feeding." Hey, don't knock bottom feeding, man.
This just in.
You need.
They are a vital part of the ecosystem.
Right. Hey, look, as I have said oftentimes, you know, we joke, we laugh a lot about the size of our audience and the length of our subscriber count. But we have the best fans. So if that's what that is, then we'll take it. We're happy with our 1,400 folks because they're you guys. You're our 1,400 folks. So we'll just dedicate ourselves to making you the best informed and best entertained fans in the G.I. Joe world. And if there are other channels out there that want to do clickbaits and lies and you know, just pounding you down with live stream after live stream, day after day, that's fine. Come on for the real party every Tuesday night at 9 here on What's on Joe Mind. We'll get you squared away, and we promise you'll have a good time doing it.
We have the best fans. We have the only fans. No, wait.
Well,
that's coming soon. That's coming soon.
Because no one demanded it.
Accent on the soon.
Mark Webber OnlyFans coming this Christmas.
Woo! Lava Bears.
$5 to keep it on.
Right. Yeah, I know you guys are out there dressing me with your eyes. Yeah,
he will do the dance of the 757 veils.
Let me be very clear. I will shake it till you can't take it. That's what I'm talking about. Jeff Butler's got a good point, though. How can Mark be General Hawk when he is very clearly the Colonel, sir? Lies.
Remember, Hawk started off in this line as a colonel.
You should be ashamed of yourself, Mike Irizarry.
Look, it's a blatant lie designed to drive viewership.
Blatant lies are my favorite kind of lies, sir.
And on that note, let us take our leave of you. We'll actually get out under 2 hours for a change. Be sure to join us again here next week at the same bat time, same bat channel. As our friend Vagon likes to say, hey, be safe, and if you can't, be careful. Be back next Tuesday at 9:05 p.m. here on the Superstation for another great mind-bending episode of What's on Joe Mind. Have a great rest of the week, and good night, everybody. There we go. Waiting for you, man.
Waiting
for you.
Waiting for you.